Good morning. We're at Razorback Outlook. We're shooting away from the sun today, and that's because we're following one of those old wives' tales that I often say, is that if you have cloud, I shoot towards the sun, and if I have no cloud, I shoot away from the sun. Yesterday, well, for the last 36 hours, it's just been torrential rain up here, up at the Flinders Ranges. And lucky enough, I've been able to get out and shoot once. So fingers crossed that we get, well, we're not going to get no colour, but that we nail the shot that we want to get today. So it's probably one of the most famous lookouts in South Australia, and probably up there in Australia wide too. So let me set up and then I'll take you with me. It's not a lot of rush required this morning, but there is a certain amount of haste, if that makes any sense. Is that we're not really going to miss any colour out here because there's no clouds out there to, you know, catch any light of that rising sun. But at the same time, I want to be ready for when the sun does pop up and light. My fingers aren't working yet. And light that ridge over there. So yeah, it's a little bit, can't be lazy. Can't sit back and just wait. Might as well set up first. Now, there is unfortunately a bank of cloud behind you, which, you know, seems quite a low bank. I think it's actually been pushed up over the ranges that are that way. There we go. That looks quite nice. We have the road that's coming in from the left. So I'm thinking of two shots. This one, and probably one where I eliminate that tree and concentrate more on that road. But we'll get this one done first of all. There we go. Ooh, it is chilly. It is chilly. So let's, I'm just going to come down. I'm going to go into manual now. Now that I've set my composition up, I'm going to go into manual. And I will have to focus that because this tree's quite near. So I'm envisaging 3 shots all together. Actually, shall we go back and just, let me just do something. I was on F10, wasn't I? I'm going to go back into aperture priority just for the time being. And what I'm going to do is maybe even shutter priority. Okay. Just going to increase. That's giving us a 60th of a second. I'm going to take that. Oops. I'm just going to grab that tree. Go and grab the entire scene as it is for now, just in shutter priority. Saying it's at F4, and now I'm going to play around with that. So let me just refocus on that. So I've caught it, and now I'm going to go back into manual, because now I'm going to need to increase. But I've got that tree, so that's it's a very still morning, but there is very slight movement there. And yeah, I think we're pretty much set. I've got to wait for that light. So while we're waiting for that light, I'm going to just do a short focus stack. And I'm actually, to get maximum depth of field, I'm actually going to go to F16. Oh, that's nice. Nice colour there. And I'm just going to focus stack along this beautiful wiggly road. just seems almost ashamed to talk when just in this silence and majesty. It's just amazing, amazing. You know, you can really understand why such a spiritual place to the indigenous tribes here. It's just awe-inspiring. It's so wonderful. So we're waiting for that light. While we are, because we're waiting for that range, I think the light is sort of casting some really nice shapes on this hill to the left, this peak to the left. So I think I might zoom in and just frame that out, because the layers and the textures are just absolutely wonderful here. There's a pretty little cloud off to the left as well. It's the only cloud in the sky. So let me just spin. No, we're not able to get in there close enough. But I'm going to take it anyway, because I quite like it. There's a great photographer called Ian Smithson, and he always says that, you know, take the shots because pixels are free. Yeah, we'll just take that. We'll take that just as it is, because I do like it. Well, I have to like it. It's the only cloud that we've got. Solitary cloud we've got, and if it does get across, there's a lone tree. I don't know whether you can see behind us. If that cloud manages to get above that tree, I'll throw on the long lens, so we'll just have to see. And of course, now I've moved the composition, I will need to focus stack once again. I don't know whether to leave that tree in or not. I'm seeing what I would lose on this side. There's not a lot I would lose on that side just to allow that tree. Again, it would be 16 by 9, so I think that's okay. I quite like that. It accentuates that band, so let me just come back down and let's focus stack. The light is rising, so we can come down a touch. 5 seconds. Focus stack again. Yeah, I do like that little tree sitting off to the right, just anchoring that corner. And I am focusing throughout the entire image, even though I think this is going to be 16 by 9. That's because you might change your mind when you get back on the computer. Oh, that's glorious. Yeah, you can definitely see that light's catching. Definitely catching. There's that little cloud. There you are. We knew we'd get you. And I think maybe slightly this way. There's a tiny bit of cloud off to the right, which might just sort of balance that one. And there's some light on that little lone tree, so I think we'll just use the longer lens now and zoom in on some of the little vignettes. I do like that. That's nice. I'm just going to see what if I raise up the foreground, I think it's going to be mostly in silhouette, I think, but we're going to capture this first of all. Let's put that little thing in the center. Let's get that. So purely in silhouette, it's just to capture that sky, we don't blow anything out. And then I'm going to raise that up slightly, just so we can catch that light playing in and across those hills. That's gorgeous. And I think we'll zoom right in and do the same thing. There we go. So again, let's put, it's lovely. I love that little lone tree with that little splash of light leading up to it. Gonna, don't think we need to focus this one because it's all in the distance. I think F16 will capture all of it, but I'm just going to come back to the tree and I'm going to lower that exposure slightly so we capture that sky beautifully. So you can see now that light's coming through the valley. It's a little bit too harsh for me on that valley itself, but it is pretty all the same. Very pretty. I think there might be one last image shooting behind you. Nope, that's not going to work, I don't think. It's not very balanced. Not very balanced at all. Might work in portrait. Might work in portrait. So let's give it a go. Certainly looks a bit better in portrait. Okay. So let's capture the top of that hill. Probably going to come down a touch more. There you go, just to make sure that we've got that. And then I'm going to raise that back up a touch for the shadows. And then we're going to come down and we'll take these. We'll take this and we'll see if it works. It's always worth giving it a go. I do like the layers. The layers are really nice on this. I know they're all sliding off to the right, but you got that one tree. There's one tree that's sort of sat in the middle, which I quite like. There we go. And I think we're nearly done. Wonderful, eh? Absolutely wonderful. What can you say? It's been absolutely amazing. It's a privilege to be able to get out and about and just, you know, just enjoy life, enjoy the great outdoors. Amazing. So, thank you for joining me here at the Flinders Ranges. Razorback lookout. This particular one is. So, thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoy every time I get the camera out, regardless of what happens. So please look after yourself, look after your loved ones. Until next time, see ya.